evening, everyone. Good evening. Oh my goodness. I am super excited. It's another Friday. All right. So, like you guys know, every Fridays, I'm always excited. I am so happy to be here with you guys. It's been a very, very long day, long week, but we got this. All right, everyone. So, welcome on the Speaker Show. For some of you who are just joining us for the first time, the Speaker Show is a place of inspiration, motivation, where minds are being liberated through reasoning. Before I go further, let me introduce myself. So now I'm the host of the Speaker Show, Niniola Fatai. All right. So once again, I welcome each and every one of you. So now, tonight, I want you to have a good time. I'm sure you guys have seen the flyers all over the place and all that. So I am super excited. So I'm not going to talk much so we can enjoy the actual juice for tonight. Okay. So just bear with me. I'm not going to talk too much. Don't worry. I will reduce it tonight. All right. So just a little bit of intro. Like I said before, the Speaker Show is a place of inspiration, motivation, where minds are being liberated through reasonings and then most importantly through other people's story. Now the Speaker Show, you need to understand something. We are here to support you, to mentor you, to guide you for accountability and coachability. So if you're here, if you need anything, I just want you to understand that you are on the right platform to support you through your dreams, because we believe strongly that everybody has been created for something great, to do better in their lives. And that's why we are here to carry you along. You're not alone to run the race. We are here to support you. All right. So without being said, let me introduce my special guest tonight before we take too much time, before I get into talk. All right. So all right. So now this beautiful lady that you've seen the flyer all over the place, she's an amazing lady. I've known her now for like more than 10 years. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So, and she's been an incredible person. I've seen her life transform and I've seen the impact that she's done in people's life. And she has been an inspiration to me and just likewise to many other people as well too. And through sorry, excuse me, through her energy, in achieving the best in life, she's been able to get to where she is right now. And I just can't wait for her to come and share more with us because we are going to have a good time. She's powerhouse, full of energy. Okay, when I mean energy, she is full of energy. So allow me to introduce my very good friend, my very good lady. All right, Mrs. Foluke, welcome tonight. How are
Thank
you?
you. Thank you for the intro. I'm doing well. Now that she said I'm full of energy, I feel like I have to come full of energy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Thank you for
god.
that lovely intro.
You're welcome. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing well. I'm honored to be on the show this evening and share a little bit of some of the things that I've gone through to get to
Amazing.
where I am. I mean, none of us are ever at the finish line, right? We're still
Absolutely.
running this race, and the goal is to always get better. But I'm grateful to and honored to have the opportunity to share some of the things that I've learned along my journey.
Wow. And we can't wait to hear them. We can't wait. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I know you've talked about like how like the journey has been. I know you've
Yes.
not talked so much about it, but if you can, tell us a little bit, like let us know, give us a little bit juice.
Okay, so I'll give you a bit of my background. So I was born here in Canada, but when I was about 4 years old, my family moved back to Nigeria. We stayed there, returned when I was about 9 years old. And just when we came back, of course, the culture shock, right? When you're in Nigeria, I mean, I don't remember what it was like when we lived here. So coming back, I didn't know what to expect coming back. And you come back and people hear you're from Africa, and it's not like how things are now, where people are very welcoming and they're very accepting to the African culture, the Nigerian culture. Back then, it wasn't like that. So I was a bit shunned when I came back, and it didn't take much time to get used to the way things are here because I was born here. But I went through junior school, high school, and of course having a bit of that reluctance of not thinking that you're good enough. You're growing up in a place where you're a minority, right? And you don't really see people like you doing the things that maybe you have dreams and aspirations of doing and being. Things I'm very grateful for the way things are now, because they are very different for our youths coming up. They can see people like Barack Obama, they can see people like Michelle Obama, and they can aspire to that. Whereas, coming up, when I was coming up, you didn't see a lot of people that look like us doing great things. So you just thought maybe you were just supposed to be a supporting cast. But anyways, I came up, and I didn't end up going to university or college. I went straight into the workforce. I got married young, and so I had to work my way up from the ground. I started just doing odds and ends. I knew it's funny because I had a feeling of what it is I was destined to be. I didn't know what that was, but I just knew that it was more than what I was doing. So, just taking odds and ends jobs, and you know that you're capable of much more, and you just keep fighting through it. And so I get a job in insurance, and I get in the insurance industry, and I just felt like home. Like I felt like I was meant to be there. And so there's a department I wanted to get to, and so I started to put everything I had, all my power and everything, to get myself into that department. And so I was laser focused on getting there, and doing the things that I needed to do to get there. So I started taking some insurance courses, learning about insurance, going through the different insurance departments to end up where it is that I wanted to get to. And I remember getting there, and I had my interview, and sometimes we're our hardest critics. And I heard that I had gotten the job, and it was a very coveted position. I had heard the I had the interview on the Friday, thought it would take long to hear back. I heard Monday that I had gotten the position, and the manager said, "Wow, you were so eloquently spoken that you came in the interview and you weren't giving ums and ahs. I can tell you're a very intelligent girl." And that kind of just lit a fire in me, is that I am an intelligent girl, because sometimes we can be very hard on ourselves, and we think we're not good enough. We think, our white counterparts are better, and we think that maybe we're not deserving of something. And just to hear that, and I just continue to just work and learn. And I'm somebody who's always picked up information quickly, so I use that to my advantage. And I just I grew up I just grew up the ranks in that department, and to the point where I was somebody that they relied on heavily, somebody that my year-end reviews was always phenomenal. And that's what started to give me the confidence to say I am very good at what I do, because I wasn't very confident at that point. I was somebody who came in without a university or college degree. So I immediately felt like I was below my counterparts in that regard. And so I started taking the courses geared towards what it is I wanted to learn. And so I did that. And I was somebody that people started coming to with questions. People started looking to, as if someone who has all the answers, which I don't. But it felt really good to have people look at me that way, because then it made me look at myself very differently than I initially had. And so, in doing that, while doing that, I've always wanted to get my real estate license. I'm somebody who's just always looking for the next thing. I always want to learn. I want to tap into different aspects of life, and learn about different things of, like, because if a real estate agent sells a house, why can't I sell my own house? Why can I be a real estate agent? And why can I sell the house for those around me, my family and friends? And so I started taking the real estate courses, graduated, and it's something that I enjoy doing. I do it on a part-time basis. I'm focused more on my insurance career, but I do real estate on the side. And I have 3 kids, they're a bit older now. My daughter is in her third year of university. My son's going to be entering his first year of university, and then I have a little 12-year-old. So yeah, that's about it.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness. Look at the way you just narrowed everything down. Oh my goodness. Wow, such an inspiration. Listening to you, you melt my heart. I gotta be
Mm,
honest with you because of the fact that the drive, the zeal, like I just want more in my life. I want to
yeah.
do more in my life. I think is one of the most incredible thing for any human to have, and that's
Yes.
what you have got. And
Thank you.
and I commend you for that.
Thank
Like
you. Thank
seriously
you.
speaking. And how did you feel, or what was that feeling like? When you felt that you see other people in the field that they actually even went to school, they went to college, they went to university, and you are right here. So how did you feel? Like, what was that feeling like for you?
Initially you think that, well, I have to be better than them. I have to prove that I'm smarter than them, right?
Mm,
Because you automatically get that feeling of, well, they have to be smarter than me. They went to university, they went to college.
mm,
And that's not, and it took a while for me to understand that that's not necessarily the case, right? Because
that's
everybody's life, I don't want to say it's your choices, but kind of, sometimes it's what life throws at you that,
mhm,
allows you to be in a situation where you can go, you have the affordability to go to university or college, versus maybe you have
mhm,
to jump into the workforce because you need to be able to support yourself. So
mhm,
that feeling initially was, I felt like I was cowering down. I felt like I was minimizing myself, making myself small because I didn't have, a university or college degree. But as you grow older, you get more mature, you get more understanding, right? And you
yes,
kind of get to see how things really truly are, not how you think they are. And
that's right.
so in doing my work and having the opportunity to assess other people's work, speak to other people, it made me realize, you know what, I can do this job. I can probably do it better than you because I know what it's like to fight for what I want, to have
Mhm,
that drive and determination to go at something full force and full throttle, and not just, I don't have a degree to fall back on. So I guess I felt like I had to give everything that I was doing 110%. So, but in the end, yes, it did feel great. It gave me that validation that, there's two different types of school, right? There's a school of life, and there's
mhm.
the the
The
institution of
universe,
school.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we all learn in different ways. There's different avenues to gain knowledge and understanding. That's what I learned from that.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you. That's so inspiring. Oh my God. So I'm assuming like you didn't regret not going to college or
No,
university.
no, no. While I was coming up, I did have that level of regret. But now, oh no, it's when you get to a certain stage in your career, it's
Mhm.
either you have a college degree or you have the work experience, right? And
Yes.
sometimes the work experience even supersedes the degree, unless you're trying to be a
So true.
doctor or a lawyer or something
Mhm,
more specialized. Sometimes
mhm,
your work experiences does supersede that degree, right? So
mhm.
yeah, now I don't, but then I did have a little bit of regret. And I put a plan in place that, you know what, I'm going to start taking courses part-time. I don't care if it takes me 10 years, I'm going to get it. But the courses that I did take that was more geared towards my field of study, which was my certified insurance professional courses, that definitely helped me along the way.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank
Mhm.
you for sharing that. Oh my goodness. All right. So really quick, I want to ask, and I'm sure like my audience as well to want to know. So, juggling into real estate,
Yes.
what actually, I know you shed a little bit light in like on that, but
Yeah.
what actually propel you to be like, I want to do real estate, aside from the fact that, oh, I can sell to my friends and family, or
Yes.
like was there any other drive?
I just, the field is highly dominated by a certain, group of people.
Yes.
And I just felt that, I want to understand for my community I want to understand the real estate market. I want to understand and be able to give great advice to my community, to anybody who wants to come and purchase real estate through me. Growing up, we had a lot of different circumstances in terms of purchasing a house and maybe not having enough down payment and having to go to another bank to look for it. So just being able to give that understanding to people who look like me, people who want to use me, giving them the full transparency of what this process looks like, and not making it about wanting to earn a commission check.
Mm,
The
mhm,
authenticity that I knew I could bring into this is why I wanted to do it. I'm somebody who, if you tell me your financial situation, and I feel like it's not a good, because I've been on the other end where you want, some people want to get in a house but they're house
mhm,
poor, right?
mhm,
Growing up, I've been on that end. And so
mhm,
wanting to share experiences, as in, to let you know that, yes, I know you want the detached house, but maybe we should start in a semi detached, or maybe we should start in a townhouse, because
mhm.
grow. And when you have your equity and you sell, and the price of your house goes up, then you sell it, and you can then graduate into something bigger. So just sharing that knowledge, and not making it a commission based business, not something I'm just trying to collect the commission on, but sharing that understanding of how the real estate market really is really what drove me into wanting to pursue it.
You see, all the time you just kept me saying wow, and I'm sure I'm still gonna have a lot of wow. Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. I like that. And then to be honest with you, hearing from you,
Yeah.
I think that, like, if like, if that works with your availability, we can
Yeah.
have another time that you can come in and actually, like, talk about the real
Yes.
estate.
Get in the, like, deep dive into it.
Exactly,
Yes.
because there's a lot of people that want to get into the real estate.
Yes. Yeah.
Some don't have good credit, some have good credit.
Yeah.
Some don't have a lot of down payments, some have more down payments.
Yeah.
They're not sure where to go. They need advice, they need guidance, and all that. So yeah,
Of
that would
course.
be great.
For
I like
sure.
that. Yeah. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so I have a quick question for you. So, what actually, like, what are your long term goals and aspiration?
My long-term goals is to help people in whatever capacity that might be, is to help people, continue to teach my kids, because when we've been through it, we know a little bit better of how to
Mhm,
do it better. So to teach my kids how to do things better. My parents came here as immigrant parents, and coming from Nigeria into Canada, there wasn't much growing up that they could really help share for us, because they didn't grow up in this country, right? They grew up back home. And so me growing up and being through it, just helping my kids, guide them into where it is that they want to get to, and then also to help people. I have something in me that says, there's I have something to give, and just helping people around me one way or the other, educating people of the importance of exercising, the importance of taking care of their mental health, setting time aside for the things that they enjoy doing, taking care
mhm.
of themselves, because you can't take care of anyone if you're not taking care of yourself first.
Absolutely.
So that is my aspiration. Of course, financially, I want to be,
Everybody wants the cash.
exactly. I want them dollars.
More dollars in the pocket.
Exactly. And just continue to grow as a person. I don't want to be the person, and my goal is every year to get better, right? I don't want to be the same person I am 10 years from now. I want to see the growth, the elevation in everything that I do. So that I would say is my goal.
Wow, beautiful. And speaking of that, I believe strongly that there's this saying that if you make 200,000 this year,
Mm-hmm.
The mindset that gets you to make the 200,000 is not the same mindset
Exactly.
that is gonna get you 300,000.
That's
If you
right.
want to make more money, then you need to grow
You gotta
your
change
mind.
it.
You need to do something. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's really really beautiful that you aspire to, like, just grow
Growth. Yeah.
every time,
Growth. Yeah.
and that's beautiful. That's
Yes.
beautiful. That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
All right. So I know all this sounds beautiful, but I know you've talked about the setback, before, but we're still gonna talk about it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
my question for you is this. So in the midst of all this, I know you've had your challenges, especially like, when you came back to Canada with your parents, and then,
Yes.
you're trying to get into school, high school, mid school, and that feeling of not fitting in, because
Yes.
a lot of students that comes from Nigeria, especially like the younger kids, and they try to fit into the environment, and they struggle to do that
Mm-hmm.
because they feel like, oh, maybe they don't feel at home yet, or
Yeah.
maybe probably because of the color, because of so many things
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
So what would you say, how did you handle those setback?
Honestly, it's just something, unfortunately, you just have to go through, right? In the moment you're in the setback, you don't really, you're just surviving. I can't really say that, one is handling it. You just, i think
Uh-huh.
i think that the messaging here is this too shall pass, right? So in
Hmm.
everything that we are in, even at my age, whenever I'm going through any adversities, any struggles, it's this too shall pass. So for anybody who's currently in it, I don't know that there's outlets, right? Whatever it is you like to do, find
Hmm.
joy in that. I enjoyed read. I used to read all the time. I could even sit with a book all day and just read the entire book. So back then, that's how it was. I didn't have a lot of friends, so I would just read all day, and and I guess that's maybe how I coped with it. But for anyone who is going through it, I will say that everything has a season, everything has a time, and everything, we always come out on the other end of everything it is that we go through. So while you're in it, just find solace in whatever it is that you enjoy doing, whether it be reading, whether it be working out, podcasting, and you get to know yourself a bit better, right? There's
Yes,
nothing wrong with spending some time with yourself. You'll get to know
absolutely.
you better. It's
Yes.
funny because we think we know us, but no, you really don't. You Sometimes
Hmm.
it takes being quiet. Sometimes it takes being still to
Yes.
understand who you really are. And the moments always pass, and it will pass.
Wow. Wow. You see, I told you, you're still gonna get me saying wow, wow, wow. So all right, so really quick. So, for some of you who are just joining us, please, 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 if you do have any question, if there's any question that crossed your mind, why she's been talking or why she's talking, please drop the question in the comment section because she's gonna be taking the questions later on. So, please, if there's anything that jumped to you, please just drop it down, and then later she's gonna answer them for us. She's not gonna run away. Oh my goodness. All right. So, in your career right now, where
Yes.
you are, like, what would you define success as?
Let's see. What is success? Where I am right now, success to me is branding myself, making sure I'm branded as a hardworking individual that can be relied upon.
Mm,
Um, having that, having that understanding that when people say your name, they know they're talking about somebody who works hard, somebody who
mm,
takes their work very seriously, somebody who gives their work everything that they have, everything that they got. and
mhm.
and when you're thinking of the next steps, you're thinking of this individual. And so that's what I think is success for me. Is it says that your name, I don't know the exact saying, but you
Mhm.
want your name to speak volumes in rooms before you even get there, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
creating a name for yourself, branding yourself as being a hard worker, a diligent individual, a reliable person, to me, that's what speaks success.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. You
Yeah.
see, don't worry, I won't comment about the wow again. All right. So my next question is this. So what step do you take to actually continuously, like, to improve yourself every single time, aside from reading books? Because I know you said you love reading. So
Yes.
what else do you do?
I listen to podcasts. I'm very spiritual. I listen to sermons. I listen to different people speak, and sometimes it's not just. I don't. It's not just. I'm not only listening to ministers. I'm also listening to. I don't want to call them secular. I'm listening to entrepreneurs. I'm listening to doctors. I listen to all different types of podcasts because you never
Mhm.
know what you can glean from what it is that you
Absolutely.
listen to, right? So I expose myself to different types of things, self-help books, not just novels. I'm a big I'm a big crime fan. So I try not to just listen to like Dateline and that sort of thing. And I
Mhm.
try to listen to things that can help me grow, things that can make me think. Because like I said, in this life is all about growth. Every day we have to be working to get better, and there's no way to do that other than tapping into different things and learning about different things and hearing other people's stories. I too love to listen to people's stories, their struggles, how they overcame adversities. Those are the things
Mhm.
that inspire me, to let
Mhm.
me know that no matter what I'm going through, somebody else
Mhm.
is going through it. Maybe not the same thing, but
Mhm.
another version of something, and they've
Mhm.
overcome it. So if they can overcome it, I too can
Mhm.
overcome it. And you just get that messaging of never giving up, right? And
Mhm.
sometimes we need to hear that. So I love to listen to things that will inspire me.
Beautiful. I
Yeah.
love that. I love the habit of, just trying to like do something for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
your mental mind is very, very
Yes.
important.
It's
Your
very important.
mindset is very important because
Yeah.
the way you reason, your thoughts, all
Yeah.
those things are all connected. And
Yes.
if your mind is not right, then you can't get anything good done in life. So
Exactly.
your mind has to be right. And then,
Yeah.
how can your mind be right if you're not feeding it the rightful
Exactly.
things?
The
So you
right
need
things.
the right things to, like,
Yes.
to fit the mind in
Yes.
order for you to just keep elevating at all time.
Yes.
So and that's what you're doing, and
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Because
And
you know what? It's not just about physical exercise, it's a mental exercise too. You have to
absolutely.
exercise our mind. Like there's some
Yes.
people who are just negative individuals, but if they worked on turning that negativity more into a positive outlook on things, they can get there, right? It just takes exercising the mind and
Mhm.
feeding it the things that it actually needs. And
Mhm.
yeah, everybody can definitely get there.
Amazing. That's beautiful. I love that. All right. So my next question before we go into the crowd, before we go into to my audience.
Yeah.
So my next question for you is this. So what are your core values and your belief, and how do they actually even shape your actions in and your decisions?
Well, that's a good question. My core values and beliefs. Um, God is the center of everything that I do. And for me, I've always said to myself that no matter what I do, when I put my head down at night, I have to be able to sleep peacefully. So I would say that integrity
Mm.
is my core value. Everything I do comes from a place of integrity. I'm not somebody who's out for the money. I mean, I want the money, don't get me wrong. I want
Money's
the
good.
money, but I have to be able to sleep at night. I can't get it in a way where, I didn't I wasn't truthful, or I wasn't honest. That I have to get it in a way where I feel that I did not sacrifice my integrity to do so. So when I
Mhm.
go, when I mention about real estate, if it's a deal that I don't think makes sense, I'm going to tell the person that, I don't think it's right for you to get this house right now. If they want a rental property and I'm looking at their income, and it looks like they can't afford that property, I'll tell them, I don't think you can afford this. Why don't we stay where you are right now? When if your financial position changes, then we can
Mhm.
revisit this. But my integrity sits at the center of everything that I do, because I have to be able to sleep at night. I don't think it's about it. Sometimes you're holding people's lives in your hands, right? And their
Absolutely.
financial situations in your hands. And I treat it with kid gloves. I try to treat people the way that I myself would want to be treated.
Amazing.
Hmm.
That's beautiful. I love that. All right, that's good. This has been so wonderful. Like, if you're to leave
Yes.
this to me, I'm just gonna keep asking you my questions and all that. So, but we just got to do what we have to do. All right. So we're
But
gonna turn the.
before you go into questions, I have a question for you. So what
Oh,
made you start this? What made you like what sparked this in you?
wow, wow. Okay, so it's to the desire to actually want to make an impact in
Mm,
someone's life.
that's
The
awesome.
ability to be able to make someone else, to make someone believe in
Mm,
themselves,
I
when
love
they
that.
lost hope, when they feel that they're not capable, they can't do this, right?
Hmm.
But giving them that strength, giving them that belief, that confidence that, you can do it. If someone else is doing it, you
You
can
can
do
as
it.
well. Yes, I love that.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. Thank
You're
you.
doing a
Wow.
good thing here.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, usually I don't get questioned on the show, so that's good. I'm gonna remember this for sure. All right. So someone said here, did you face gender bias in your journey in the insurance and real estate as a real estate agent? You are, and how did you get through it?
Yes, I did. Like I said, when I was in the insurance industry, I was trying to get into this department that was highly coveted. They were, predominantly white people there, and it was like this. They were a very cliquey, small group of people. There's been another situation at another company where I didn't even know that it was racism. What was happening was I was a junior and somebody just kept putting files on my desk and saying pointing to things that I was doing wrong. And I was young then. I was about maybe 23, 24 around then, and so I was very eager to show that I can do this. So I would be very like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me fix that. I'm so sorry." Not even knowing, not realizing that it was racism. And to God be the glory, what happened was the two individuals would message each other back and forth. I mean, the manager saw what was going on and she would be like, "Don't worry about it." Because they were managers, but I was their junior. So I guess they were taking advantage of that. And the manager was aware of what was going on. And she would just kind of be like, "Don't worry about it. You're doing fine. You're doing just fine." But then something happened where they were messaging each other back and forth, and the IT, I guess they somehow have access to everyone's computer, so they saw these messages and they saw that they were derogatory, and they had a racial undertone to it, a racist undertone to it, and so they came to me and said, "We apologize. We've gotten confirmation that you're getting." I didn't even know what was happening, but they said we've got confirmation that you're being racially profiled, and it's gonna stop here. They've been warned, this and that or whatever. So yes, of course you face it in the workforce and even in the insurance industry. And how I overcame that is just honestly, I just put my head down and do my work. That's what I do. I put my head down, I do my work. God has always favored me. He's always favored me in every place I worked, in the sense that management always loved me, and it's because I always worked hard. So I wasn't anyone that they ever looked down on, or I didn't get it from the management team, I would say. More so from my coworkers, I got it from. But the management team, thanks to God's favor, they always loved me, and there was nothing anyone could say about me that they would believe, because of the work ethic that I always brought.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
And then
amazing.
in real estate, I mean, it's tough. It's a highly saturated market.
Mm-hmm.
I just do it for friends and family, because it's very saturated. Like, I'm pretty sure maybe two or three people who are agents, right? It's almost like everybody's an agent. But once you have this client come into you, they trust you because they're coming to you because they trust you. And so I
Yeah.
wouldn't say so much that I faced that in real estate, but yes, in the insurance, in the corporate insurance world, yes, I did.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good. All right, so we're gonna move to the next question. So, when is the right time to get into the real estate agent business?
Honestly, I think that ship has sailed. The first thing, if you do, I'm not going to discourage whoever that is. I'm not going to discourage you from getting into it. What I will say is canvas your group of people and
Mhm.
see how many of them have agents or don't have agents. Because that's something you have to think about. If you go into the real estate business, who are you going to be servicing? Who's your clientele going to be? Do you have a community that you can tap into? Because that's what you're going to need to be
Yes.
successful in that business, right? So I would say, do a little bit of canvassing within your community meaning your circle of people, and
Mm-hmm.
see if it is beneficial for you to get into that market.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's good. All right. So before we go further, we're gonna be taking a quick break, okay? Because we don't want our guests to just, we want her to take a little rest, okay? So just 1 minute, we're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna be back, okay? All right. So she's gonna give us some more juice before we let her go tonight, okay? So all of you, I just want you guys to stay tuned. Don't leave. Just stay here with us, and then we'll be back in a minute. All right. So we'll see you shortly. All right, so we are back. Oh my goodness. So I hope each and everyone is doing great. You guys are still in there. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing, and I love you guys so much. All right, so we're gonna be taking some one or two questions from me, okay? So don't worry, don't mind me going away from the audience and then jumping back to me. Trust me, we are going to have you back, especially on the real estate. So we're going to find a time, and then we can really really talk about this, and then we can be able to, like, to touch the community one way or
Yes.
the other. So there are a lot of people looking, like I said before. All right, so quick question for you. So what advice would you give to someone that is actually looking to build or maybe to enhance their personal brand?
What advice would I would say figure out what that brand is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure out what it is you want to stand for, and listen to other people. I think there's always something to glean from one another. I can learn from Nini can learn from me. Never think that somebody's too small to learn
Mm-hmm.
from. Be open to listening to people's stories, and just figure out what it is that you want to stand for. When people think of you, what do you want them to see, right? Because like I said, we want our names in rooms that before we even get there, we want people talking about us, and in the good way, talking about some of the good things that we've done, or just about our character, right? So just
Mm-hmm.
think about branding. I think personal branding is a very, very important thing to always do, and always make sure you're true to that brand. Whatever that brand is, be
Mm.
true to it.
That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. And then can you tell us a little bit about, like, what are those unique strengths that's inside of you that you feel that, like, you can share with my audience?
My unique strength, I never give up. I
Yep.
never give up. I don't take no for an answer. I when I hear no, I hear not right now, and I go back to the
Amazing.
drawing board and figure out what it is I need to do to make that no into a yes. So I'm always looking. Like I said, I'm never satisfied. I'm grateful, but never satisfied. I always think
That's
that I
it.
have more to give. I have
That's
more to, and there's more for me to get. So I don't believe in complacency. I believe in always working towards better. Sometimes we don't know what that better is, right? And that's when
hmm
I get into these podcasts or into my self-help books. And sometimes, the light bulb then just clicks and says, wait, let me try this thing. And another thing is I never say no. If you, just like you asked me if I wanted to do you wanted to do your get on your show, and I was like, oh, what's this about? But I will never say no. I will always try something once, just so
hmm
I know what it is. Because I've learned so much from you just being on here, just to see how you want to inspire people, and what it is you're giving to individuals. It's very inspiring, right? And I can then take that into my world one way or another, and use that to help other people. So I never say no to anything. I always try something once, at least once, and then I know for a fact if it's something that I want to do or not. How do we know if we don't try?
All hands up for you on that. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you because when you say no, you never know the opportunity you're blocking out.
Yes,
So but when you let the door open, you give it a try. See, the
exactly,
worst thing is never to try at all. And
exactly.
I see a lot of people that, let's say, they get into a business, they don't even know what the business is all about. They don't
Mm,
even have the knowledge. They don't have anything, any insight, no information, and they automatically just says no,
yeah.
no, 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 without trying. So, and I feel that, like, it is important as every individual to always, always, always let the door be open. Don't shut the door.
Never
Get
shut a
out of
door.
your comfort zone. Don't.
Exactly.
And I love the one you said that you're never satisfied. I love that
Mhm.
so much. I'm taking that.
Yeah. there's
That's
always
gold.
there's always something else that can come to the table, right?
There's always something else. I'm taking that home. Never satisfied.
Yeah.
It is true. It is true.
Yes.
Because the moment you reach that point that you're like, I got it all,
Hmm.
that's the moment that you begin to lose,
You
because you
lost.
can never go big, you can never grow beyond that particular stage. But when
Exactly.
your mind is open, you're willing to move forward,
Yes.
willing to grow, then definitely things will definitely change for
That's
you.
right.
So
Yes.
wow, so thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a very, very
It has
wonderful
been awesome.
that I am so
See,
excited.
look,
Oh
if I had said no, I wouldn't be here, right? And we
my, I
wouldn't be having this
know.
conversation. So that's another reason to never say no.
Yes, I like that. That's
Yeah.
that's a quick inspiration right there.
Yes.
You not saying no, just brought, a lot of light. And
Yeah.
then, look at so much information that you've shared with us tonight. And
Hmm.
I am very, very inspired by it. So I just want to say a very big thank you to you.
Well, thank
You've
you.
been amazing. I'm so blessed that you came on the show tonight. It's been really, really wonderful. And I just can't say thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
more than
having
enough.
me. Yeah.
Yes. And
Thank you.
before you go, I just want you to just give, my audience, all of us, I just want you to, like, just give us a quick, like, just give us a quick word, just to go with tonight.
Everyone, no matter what your struggles are, do not give up. Keep fighting. If if you're breathing, you can fight.
Yes.
It can seem very dark. You don't. It's darkest before dawn, right? So always keep that in mind. Sometimes the sun is sometimes the sun is literally going to shine tomorrow. You think you're
Mhm.
in it and you don't know how long you're going to be in it for, but it could be the last night in it. So stay with it, and trust in God, and hold on to that dream. Even when it's not a reality, you can always dream about it. You can always, envision it, right? And when you can envision something, when you can see something, you can achieve it. No matter how long it takes, just keep going at it, because when you finally get that thing, whatever it is that you want, you will see it's even more sweeter because of what you went through, the trials and tribulations you went through. And now you have a story to tell to help inspire the next person. So keep at whatever it is that you're doing. The sun shines. It always shines on everybody. So yours will shine one day too.
Wow, wow, wow. Did you all hear that? Oh my goodness. Thank you for those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful words. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you so
really,
much.
really
This is amazing
appreciate.
what you're doing here. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, everyone. So, I'm going to just say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for being here. Look at it. I told you that she is powerhouse. I told you that she is full of energy. You see that? She came with so much for us tonight. And I'm very, very, like, I have been, like, I am inspired tonight. She just inspires me to do more. And I could imagine what that will be for each and every one of us on the show. So I just want to say, like, you guys are amazing. Don't give up in whatever you're doing. Just keep going. Like she said, just keep going, keep going. You never know when it's going to be your turn. You never know when that moment is going to occur, it's going to happen for you. So I just want to encourage you that, just keep doing your best. Keep doing your best. The best is yet to come. All right. So I just want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you. Like I've always said before, do not forget, share with your loved ones, share with your friends and family. This might not be for you, but it can be for someone that you know, even your enemies that you're not talking to, because you don't know the situation they're going through. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know the moment that they have right now. So you can be a savior to someone, because maybe someone needs just a word from this. So I just want you guys to please just share the video, like. She's been amazing. I'm sure each and every one of us can testify to that. So please don't just listen, but just like it and share and share and share. So next week I'm gonna see you guys, and next week is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fully loaded. Oh my goodness, I am excited. Okay, all right. So we're looking forward to next week, and then I'm sure we're gonna have a great time, just like we had today. It's gonna be beautiful again. Nini don't come, Nini don't bring it low. So don't worry about it. We're gonna have a great time again. So I just want to tell each and every one of you, have a very, very wonderful night. And my word for you, do not give up. Just keep going. Consistency is the key. Without consistency, nothing will happen. So just keep going and going. And I remain your host, your one and holy, Nini Olafatai. Until next week and next time, and I will see you all again. Have a wonderful night. Have a good day. Bye bye.